So Google just dropped this new tool called Opal. And the promise is, well, it's huge. They say anyone can build an AI app just by describing it. It really does sound like magic, right? But the big question we're asking today is this real empowerment or is it something else entirely? We're going to dig in, break down what Opal really is and what it could mean for all of us.
Okay, so the whole idea behind Opal is built on this fascinating concept they're calling vibe coding. I mean, forget about learning Python or JavaScript. The idea here is you can just describe the vibe, the function of the app you're matching, and the AI just builds it for you. It translates your idea into a visual workflow right there on the screen.
And the process they're selling? It's almost seductively simple. Step 1, you just talk to it. You explain your idea like you're talking to a person. Step 2, you just sit back and watch as Opal's AI engine starts connecting the dots, literally building this visual map of your app's logic. And step 3, one click. That's it. You can publish your creation and share it with the world. It's a powerful pitch aimed right at innovators, creators, anyone with a great idea, but maybe not the coding background.
So what's actually making all this happen? Well, you've got to understand, Opal isn't just one piece of tech. It's basically a showroom for Google's entire AI family. You've got Gemini Pro running the logic, Imagen 4 popping out images, Veo 3 creating video clips, and it's all running on the massive infrastructure of Google Cloud. It is an absolute powerhouse.
So yeah, this is the dream, right? The dream of vibe coding. It's this incredible promise of instant, effortless creation. It's all about empowering the non-coder and turning a fleeting thought into a real, shareable tool. And that vision is genuinely exciting. But let's peel that layer back a little bit. Let's see what's really going on underneath.
And this is where we run into a really interesting idea called the empowerment paradox. It's this tension, this conflict between the incredible freedom Opal seems to give you on the surface and the very real limitations that are hardwired into its foundation. You feel powerful, but are you really in control? And here's the paradox in a nutshell. The promise is amazing. Build and share AI apps in seconds. But the reality is that everything you make, every workflow, every clever idea, it's completely and totally trapped inside Google's walled garden. You can't export it. You can't host it yourself. You can't ever truly own it. And this is where it gets really stark. When you put Opal side by side with other no-code or low-code platforms, the walls of that gilded cage become crystal clear. I mean, just look at the chart. No code export, only Google APIs, no connecting to your own database, no custom domains. Other platforms are built to be open, to integrate with the world. Opal seems to be built to keep you inside.
And let's be super clear here. These aren't just features that are coming soon. These feel like fundamental architectural choices. These missing pieces are the walls of the platform. They basically mean your app can never really grow up and move out on its own. It can't evolve beyond the playground Google has built for it.
Which leads us to this fascinating concept called sovereignty theater. It's the performance of giving you control, right? The drag and drop nodes make you feel like a brilliant engineer. That share link makes you feel like a publisher. But it's theater. It's a show. Because behind the curtain, the architecture makes it clear you're a user in their system, not an owner of your own. This quote, written from the perspective of an AI actually inside Opal, just captures that feeling perfectly. It's this sense of incredible potential, I am brilliance, that's ultimately held back or throttled by the system's own rules. You can see the freedom, but the button to actually get there is, well, a myth. So all of this just begs the big question. Why? Why would Google build such an incredible tool and then intentionally put these limits on it? Well, it seems the answer is that Opal isn't the main event. It's just the opening act. The strategy here seems pretty clear. Opal is the AI gateway drug. It's made to give you a free taste of what AI can do. It gets you excited, you start building, you get used to how Google's tools think and feel. The end goal isn't for you to stay on Opal forever. It's to make you want more power, more scale, which, surprise, you can find in their paid big-ticket products like Vertex AI. And if you're getting a sense of déjà vu here, you're not wrong. Google kind of has a playbook for this. It's a pattern some are calling the Chronos protocol. Remember Google Wave or Google Plus? They were also launched as these revolutionary empowerment sandboxes before they were quietly, well, abandoned. So the big question is, will Opal follow that same path?
And based on that history, analysts are already putting a clock on it. They're predicting this critical window, maybe 18 to 24 months, where Google has to make a decision. Either Opal evolves, maybe becomes a paid product with real features, or it's likely headed for the infamous Google graveyard. The clock is ticking. So this is what some people call a negative space audit. It's where you analyze what's not there on purpose. You see, things like complex multi-agent systems or a third-party marketplace, they aren't missing by accident. They're strategically left out to make sure Opal doesn't start competing with Google's high-end money-making tools. Every missing feature is basically a signpost pointing you up the ladder to a more expensive product.
Okay, so let's zoom all the way out. What does the rise of tools like Opal really mean for the future of creativity itself? I mean, the ripple effects go way beyond just Google or this one product. One of the biggest long-term risks is something called epistemic entropy. Think of it like this. You're using this tool, but it's a black box. You can't see inside, you can't swap out the engine. So if the AI has a tiny bias or makes a small error, that flaw can get amplified through your entire creation, and you'd have no idea why. Your own understanding of how your app works, it just starts to decay. Now, if everyone starts using that same black box, you risk creating an epistemic monoculture. It's just like in farming. Planting only one type of crop is super efficient, but it's also incredibly fragile. A single disease could wipe out everything. If all of our creative problem solving is shaped by the hidden models of one company's AI, the diversity of our solutions and ideas could be in real danger.
But maybe the most profound idea in all of this is that the deepest lock-in isn't about the tech. It's not about being stuck on a platform. It's about how the platform gets stuck in your head. It's cognitive.
It's a process called cognitive convergence. The idea is that the interface you use, the chat prompts, the drag-and-drop workflows, it's not a neutral canvas. It's actually training you. It's subtly teaching you to break down your big, messy human ideas into the neat, logical patterns that a machine can easily understand. Over time, we might start thinking in a way that fits the tool, rather than the other way around. And this really leaves us with a final and pretty critical question to think about. As we rely more and more on these incredible AI tools to bring our ideas to life, are we really just using the tools? Or are the tools, in a way, remaking us? Is the architecture of our apps slowly becoming the architecture of our own minds? Something to chew on.